This program is brought to you by the Genesis Communications Network, a world leader in talk radio since 1998. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Broadcasting and streaming live all across America. This is Home Talk USA with Michael King, where we will discuss topics pertaining to your home with industry-leading experts. Michael King is a licensed general contractor with more than 30 years of experience in home improvements and the author of Contracting with the King. Join us this hour for our segment Invent America with your co-host, the inventor lady, Rita Crompton. Discover what's next in the home improvement industry and explore new products and innovations. Or if you have that next great big idea, learn what it takes to bring your invention to the world. As Michael King and Rita Crompton talk to America's inventors and innovators. Remember, the America of tomorrow is being invented today. We invite you to visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com, one of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, we proudly present Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor, Michael King, and his co-host, the inventor lady, Rita Crompton.
Yahoo! Welcome, America. That's right. This is Home Talk USA. You are now listening to the Invent America segment of our show, where we talk to different entrepreneurs, inventors, manufacturers, distributors, lawyers. Anything that has to do with taking a simple idea. That's right, waking up at 3:30 in the morning with an idea, and you're trying to grab a pen, a paper, whatever. Oh, the next great invention. We just don't want your ideas to die. So we're going to walk you through a blueprint. And that's the point of this show. So you get to hear from the experts. And now I'd like to invite to the show my sidekick of the Invent America part of Home Talk USA, the inventor lady herself, Rita Crompton. Hey, Rita, how you doing? It's getting close for that trade show, Rita.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so just a little bit of an announcement. All right, ASD Market Week folks will be on with us on the radio for that first Saturday in February. The second Saturday in February for when we air on that, I think like the 12th or something like that. But, so excited to have them on. They're excited to be on. So we are going to talk big about ASD Market Week.
And that's a new trade show that we're going to, right?
It is. And the cool thing is that we've got 800 square feet, so we are a huge booth. We are going to be recording from the booth, which is so much fun. They're excited about it. But it is for all consumer categories in America. So everything. And before we've gone to kind of isolated shows, but there's just this is a huge category for us and a big jump, and we are so excited. We've got a lot of new products that are going, inventors that want to be there to show off it. And the cool thing is that, for this part of it, it's inventors kind of in those early stages. So they don't really want to go alone, but they want to go and get some market research. Dollar for dollar, you get more market research at a professional trade show than you do by hiring anybody else to do market research.
Well, Rita, I'll tell you what. Well, great. Thank you for keeping us updated. But today's topic is, we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now, prototyping, different phases of prototyping as we walk through the blueprint, right?
Today we're talking about the intellectual property and how a good patent is not industry-specific.
Okay, I apologize. I don't know why I got this.
Okay.
Oh, well, I got this. Man, that's why I got you on my back. Okay. I know we've been talking about prototyping.
We have been. Absolutely, and it's a big part. But, one of the things that we've learned, and some of it we understand better when we do a good prototype, is like, whoa, this could be done in other industries. This technology can be used other places. And the big crossover, believe it or not, is surgical tools and car repair tools.
Wow.
And when I tell an inventor, it's like you need to have a search done that that goes across industries, because a good patent is not industry specific.
That's
and
right.
It just blows their mind sometimes when they do it. We've got, one lady, she and her partner developed a lead-free weight. And so we're talking about it, and, I take a look at, what was done for their intellectual property, and I go, there's a problem here. This technology could be used in a forest service, in agriculture, in construction, any place where you need something to hold something down, but you want it to dissolve back into the earth. And
You're right.
Whoa.
You're right. That's
we
right.
missed that. Yeah.
That's right. You want to look for crossover opportunities. That's what I'm saying. Take a crossover. And that's the point. How many times do you hear that at the shows where, an inventor says, well, I started to, the reason why I invented this was for this, but look what it's doing now. And it happens all the time, It
does.
Yeah.
And our guests today are perfect examples of how, it's like, oh, well, I started with this in mind, but now I'm clear over here. And one of the guys that just really sparked the topic for me, he was so cool to talk to. He invented the refueling airplanes in air.
Whoa.
Decades ago.
Lord,
and someone told him, you need to make sure that you do not have this industry specific. And now his technology is actually used in outer space.
See? That's why we do the show, Rita. So let's talk about the subject matter and our guests that you got planned.
Okay, so we've got Russell Kramer is going to be on. He's got a product, and it can be used in a couple of different industries, and he's going to talk about that. David Claypatch is going to be on. He started out in the bike industry. Now he's in the trucking industry. And his product does, both of these guys, their product does the same thing, but they needed to make sure their intellectual property was not industry specific, and I'm not sure why attorneys make that mistake, but sometimes they do. And then our last guest is a registered patent attorney, and he did Russell's patents for him. And he knows, when he looked at it, and, he has done several patents for guests who've been on the show, and he's really good at seeing those outer space things where it's like, all right, you're talking about this, but, we could be using it clear over here.
Well, the biggest questions I get, like advice when somebody tells us, well, how long do you think it's going to take to get my product from A to Z, from the idea to actually on the shelf? And I said, specifically, we don't know, because it depends on what we've been talking about, the prototyping in, because you got to get that, and I hate to rehash what we talked about last week, prototype, but it's so important because at the end of the day, you got to get that right. But you have to be protected. You got to protect yourself at all costs. And that's why intellectual properties, patent attorneys come in to protect your copyrights, and not only the copyrights, which is literature, but the patent rights. You all have to secure to protect yourself,
Exactly. And I always, when they ask me that, I always say, well, it depends. And I said, I don't mean to give the standard lawyer answer, but it really does depend on, the inventor's skill set, what they can do themselves then as far as moving it forward, is, and their prototyping, what is their outreach in their marketplace, how fast can we get to a trade show? A lot of times inventors will say, I'm going to go to this trade show, and that gets them on track. It keeps them moving forward. And so, when somebody's got, a set time, if they're working a day job and they've got kids running around, it takes longer because life gets in the way for everybody. Yeah. And if they're focused, a lot of times our best inventors are retired because now they can focus, and their wives are saying, would you get in the garage and do this? You're making me nuts.
Well, Rita, there's our cue. We got to go pay some bills. You're listening to Home Talk USA. This is the Invent America segment of our show with the inventor lady herself, Rita Crompton. We're going to be coming back with our guests, our topics. So if you have a great idea and you want to learn how to take your product to market from the time you're thinking about it to the time we can get it on the shelf, you want to stay tuned to this show because we have all sorts of education information for you. So stay tuned right here. Please visit our website at HomeTalkUSA.com. When you're there, you can check out anything you want to know about our show, our guests, our topics, the Invent America show, our television show at HomeTalkTV.com, future guests, topics again. What else? Oh, don't forget to click our partners page, all our great sponsors that help to support this show is sitting on that website. So, all right, we're going to take a short break. We're going to be back, me and the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton, right here on the King's Broadcasting Radio Network at HomeTalkUSA.com. Yay! I'll come back now, you hear?
Welcome back to Home Talk USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
All right, welcome back. That's right. This is Home Talk USA. You're listening to the Invent America segment of our show with my co-host and sidekick, the Inventor Lady herself, Rita Crompton. Rita, I tell you, I'm excited for this show. You got some great guests. So who's our first guest?
Our first guest today is Russell Kramer. He has been inventing for decades. He's got 2 issued patents now. Just found out yesterday that one had issued a new one. So congratulations, Russell. That is awesome. And he's going to be at the ASD Market Week with us, and he's gone to trade shows with us before. So we are looking forward to representing his products out at ASD Market Week. And Russell, so tell our listeners about Klinos, because that's the one we're specifically talking about today.
Yeah, okay. It started in COVID, and you were just telling people anything you can invent that has to do with personal protective equipment, go for it. And so this was the result of that. It's the idea of, in that case of COVID, hey, we really do got to clean things here, or we're going to spread this disease. So it came of that, and it also came of the idea of what do you do when you're done using your pad or your rag for cleaning? You don't just toss it anywhere, or it could still be contagious. So the other idea behind Klinos is it not only offers extra cleaning, but it offers protection after you dispose of it, and it also offers protection while you're using it. It covers your hand. It's a pad, a cleaning pad that's affixed to an impervious glove with a special crease pattern, so that when you're wiping, like when you blow your nose, you fold the Kleenex, right, so you get a fresh surface. So this allows you to get a fresh cleaning surface very intuitively by the natural motions of your hand to fold it in half, so when you're wiping, you're not recontaminating the surface. So it really provides extra cleaning and extra protection during use and extra protection upon disposal. I mean, you're literally inverting this impervious glove over the cleaning pad and completely enveloping it, and so you're really protecting, from the start to finish.
So your product does have industry crossover. We had talked about, that, and your attorney protected you from the get-go, so you didn't have to go back and have anything redone. But explain to our listeners those different industries where Klinos makes a difference.
Well, I tell you, there's 2 that come to mind, and of course it would be like the healthcare, which could be just walk-in clinics, hospitals, or something that's really dear to me is in the special needs, like direct care industry. And so that whole arena, you got to have extra cleaning ability. Sometimes, if it's with individuals who can't help themselves, I mean, you're really in there having to protect yourself and to make sure they're extra clean. And then,
right.
Apart from healthcare, there's the automotive. And I'm thinking cleaning really goes in a lot of industries, but healthcare and automotive are 2 big ones here. And in automotive, I mean, you're often dealing with like volatile solvents or other types of stuff that evaporates in the air, volatile and as well as toxic. And so you want to protect your hands there. And also, when you're wiping surfaces, you don't want to recontaminate the adjacent surface with a part of the pad you've already used. So again, it can fold over and give you a fresh cleaning surface. So it protects your hands during use. It provides extra cleaning on the surface, and then conceals it and provides extra, protection, because a flammable rag with all solvents in it, is dangerous if you just toss it out. So this really does provide cleaning and protection.
It doesn't. In my vision of the product, and again, we've talked about this before, is that, it doesn't replace a roll of paper towels above a utility sink. What it does is it's for, a special situation, like, somebody is really contagious. Well, you don't want to be handing them a Kleenex if they're really contagious. You want to be, using a Kleenex if you've got to be there to help them. And again, when you're using dangerous chemicals, you want to be able to protect your hand. You want to be able to protect yourself. So there's, it's an enhanced way of taking care of someone else or something. And so, it's just, it made so much sense when we saw the prototype. So we're going to have Kleenex at ASD Market Week, but what's next for Kleenex? What are you trying to do?
Well, I got to prep for the show. That means getting the displays ready and kind of showing people just the applications for it, like considering like railings, and then those push doors, like in hospitals and places where there's high touch surface, areas that you need to keep clean, and then, but to make the displays and the hand that to display how it's used, to get people familiar with it. So it's getting ready for the trade show. And I was getting a little crossed over with the copper microbe stopper there a little bit, but the idea is that you've got to let people know how it works and kind of distinguish it from what's out there. So it's the marketing, I would say, next, and then I got to work on looking into manufacturing and, seeing what's the best way to kind of get it, mass-produced, because it's a very simple design. So there's sort of leading up toward, getting it out on the market. It's the trade show and manufacturing.
So that's excellent. And I know it's like, you've got TrueView that's going to be there, which is automobile accessory. And then you've got the copper microbe stopper is still in this same category of personal protection. All right. But when you think about all the different places, it could be on every single public building in America and around the world because it disinfects. And we had seen something similar to that, but it was a hard thing. So yours will fold around anything, which I think is so cool. And then your Jar Mate, which takes a normal kitchen jar and turns it in now to a easy, usable tool. You're a brilliant inventor, and you do good consumer products. So we appreciate your being on today. We need to go pay some bills. I can hear the music playing. Russell,
all right.
Thank you.
Thank
we
you,
will see you in Las Vegas.
Goodbye, Russell. That was Russell Kramer. All right, Russell Kramer talking about Kleenex and Jar Mate and Copper Microbe. So check out. How do we reach Russell? Rita?
Go to the invent-america.com website, and all of our products going to the show will be listed there.
All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back right here on the Home Talk USA Radio Network, streaming live on the World Wide Web at the Genesis Communication Radio Network at GCNlive.com. Me and Rita's going to be right back with another guest, another topic, right here. Stay tuned. Yay!